Hello. Right behind me is the water tower, one of the only structures to survive the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. What was it that made it so great? It wasn't the worst fire of any city. In fact, it wasn't even the worst fire that night. October 8th, 1871, there was another fire in northern Wisconsin that killed about 1,000 people, compared to about 300 or so of Chicago. The fact that there was more than one fire that night has led some to speculate that it was meteorites that caused the Great Chicago Fire. In any case, it was not, repeat, not Mrs. O'Leary's cow. Now, it is true that the fire began on the O'Leary property, but the Chicago Tribune pretty much admitted right away that they made up the whole story of the cow kicking over a lamp, causing the Great Fire. In any case, what really caused the fire was shoddy construction. Wooden buildings, there was a huge lumber yard in Chicago at the time, and the river was so polluted that it actually caught fire. So instead of serving as a natural barrier as it should have, it helped fan the flames. What made the fire great was really the reaction to it. In the wake of the fire that killed about 30% of the city, Chicago, as always Chicago, the powers that be saw opportunity. They wrote their friends in New York, really all over the world, and said, look at all of this prime real estate that just opened up. There will never be a better time to invest in Chicago, and indeed people did. And architects the world over saw Chicago as a playground to try new ideas. Things that had only been theory up until then became reality. The first building to be built with steel, the first building of steel reinforced concrete, the first building to use aluminum as building materials, all of that was right here in Chicago. About 20 years later, at the 1893 World's Fair, Chicago really showed off its architectural chops in the magical white city of the Columbian Exhibition. This was a city of pure white buildings at a time when cities were polluted and grimy. Chicago just looked beautiful. The Museum of Science and Industry is the last building left from that magical place. People openly wept when they saw it. One man who saw it, because he helped build it, was none other than Elias Disney. You've heard of his son, Walt Disney. Elias was a contractor who helped build the Great White City, and he told his son all these tales about this incredible, magical place. And his son, as we all know, would go on to build magical cities of his own. And that all started right here in Chicago on October 8th, 1871.